morning, welcome back to Footsteps of the Past. Today you join me in Portsmouth, following up on a story that we were sent by a lady on one of the local history groups around here. This story concerned her great-grandfather, William Harding. So join me as we follow in his footsteps. And thank you, Doreen and her family, for entrusting us with this story. William Harding was born here on the 17th of September 1854 in Worthington Street, not far from Gun Wharf. His father, who we would go into later on, was also part of the Navy. So we are now going to head to William's place of death, just the other side of Portsmouth. But in the meantime, I will tell you his story and why he is a hero. William was a little too short and small in the chest to join the Navy, but his dad, Isaac, who was a naval pensioner, wrote a letter to the Admiralty, and William first joined the Navy on HMS St. Vincent. However, it wasn't until he was serving aboard HMS Uranus, a Bacchant-class iron-screw corvette, in 1882. The ship and crew had been part of the Anglo-Egyptian War, which was the invasion of Egypt by Britain after Egypt had failed to pay the money it had borrowed to build the Suez Canal. It was of the evening of the 7th of September 1882, around 7:40 p.m. The able seaman Thomas Paine jumped overboard into the Suez Canal with the intention of committing suicide. Quartermaster William Harding jumped in after Thomas and held him up with great difficulty, as Thomas seemed determined to drown himself. At this juncture, Sub-Lieutenant E.J. Terrace Wilson also jumped overboard and swam to the struggling men and assisted Harding in bringing the man back on board. The night was very dark and sharks had been seen near the ship. William Harding and E.J. Terrace Wilson were voted as and become recipients of the Silver Medal from the Royal Humane Society. But sadly, William's life during this time was about to change. In the preceding April, his wife Catherine died, giving birth to their daughter Kate. William did not know this at the time. William did, however, go on to remarry, and it is believed that the medal he received was passed on to one of his sons. William, in later life, still lived in Portsmouth and died here in Sterling Street, number 21, in 1930, September 1930, to be precise, not far off his birthday. So thank you for joining me for another episode of Footsteps in the Past. Thank you to Doreen and her family for entrusting us with William's story. I hope you've enjoyed it. To the next episode, See you soon. Take care. Remember, no one knows when their past will take them. Till next time. Bye bye now.